At last, we have the second writing every day dictionary word challenge. So, let's find a word. So we're gonna go right here. We're in the letter S. Let's see where we end up. I'm just gonna close my eyes and then pick on a page. So. Self-abnegation. That's where we got self-abnegation. The setting aside of self-interest for the sake of others or for a belief of principle. Self-abnegation. Self-abnegation. I do that to myself a lot. Let's get into writing it. How do we want to set the stage? What kind of props or background will this be written with? The story? Description? I don't know. Let's find out. Ignore the way I type because I know some of how I'm typing may be incorrect, but I don't really care. It works for me, so. Looks like we're going with philosophical, questioning, reality kind of stuff. Sometimes when I write scares myself, like, how did this person write something like that? I promise my mental state is okay, I promise. Pinky promise. Oh my. I gotta figure out what this word means. Like, I know what the word means, but I don't know what the word means, you know? I'm using the word several paragraphs later. Okay, I've finished it. I wrote this little thing right here. Not so little thing. Gosh, it looks kind of small on my iPad, but it would be so long on my phone. Like, oof. Let's read it now. Self-abnegation. Definition. The setting aside of self-interest for the sake of others or for a belief or principle. How can one who is in service and love, standing on pride or bound by religion, be free? By the laws of servitude, you are chained to forgetting yourself and locking yourself away. Your happiness or your pleasure is tied to the gratitude and joy and whim of who you serve. Every waking sunrise and each midnight struggle is meant to be for no one other than the higher authority. You can't grow or wilt away. You must stay constant with what you are told to do. Every thought that you are allowed to have isn't yours the moment you share it or are told to share it. However you end up tied to the desk instead of joy or woven to the side of a mop instead of peace, you are no longer free. But do you have to stay that way? Love, it seems to be a desire most are told to reach for because it brings happiness. But you are not freed by love. It doesn't break any curse. It sets its own. If you need an example, I have a few. Think of the difference between marriage and being single. Marriage's spell is to assist, support, and protect this one person forever. You have to submit to and serve each other regardless of how they act or what they say. Everything you do choose to pursue in life must be considered through the filter of your spouse. If they support your decision by giving something up in return, at some point, they will be upset about supporting what you chose, regardless of what they said previously. The love in friendships is all about sacrificing yourself on the altar for their acceptance and friendship. You pick and choose parts of yourself to display to them and hide away everything else from sight. Being a parent is supposed to change you, but you lose the freedom to go to certain places at multiple ages in your children's life. The unspoken love between siblings costs you what you can and can't watch because your younger sibling will get scared. Those are just a few examples of the weighty curse of love. How could pride become the jailer of your freedom, you may ask? Your pride cages you from walking away from fights and stepping into them when your pride gets slapped. Pride can keep you away from meaningful relationships because you can't humble yourself with a pride as solid as steel. Belief is an easy way to lose freedom. Belief that roots in religion gives you rules to follow. Belief in your own ideas can lead you away from why you had those ideas and into arguments damaging that idea. Belief creates principle, and principle creates suffocating tradition and binding religions, both of which can cause more pain than good by taking away freedom. Freedom is the one thing humans always desire, yet we create things to take it away from ourselves and others. For freedom and to avoid self-abnegation, everyone must take interest that is kind, humble, and honest in themselves. As always, thank you for watching.